Residential Resale Real Estate Purchase Contract, page 5. Part 6, Due Diligence, 6A. Line 185. Inspection period. Buyer's inspection period shall be 10 days or blank days after contract acceptance. During the inspection period, buyer, at buyer's expense, shall conduct all desired physical, environmental, and other types of inspections and investigations to determine the value and condition of the premises, make inquiries and consult government agencies, lenders, insurance agents, architects, and other appropriate persons and entities concerning the suitability of the premises and the surrounding area, investigate applicable building, zoning, fire, health, and safety codes to determine any potential hazards, violations, or defects in the premises, and verify any material multiple listing service MLS information. If the presence of sex offenders in the vicinity or the occurrence of a disease, natural death, suicide, homicide, or other crime on or in the vicinity is a material matter to the buyer, it must be investigated by the buyer during the inspection period. Buyer shall keep the premises free and clear of all liens, shall indemnify and hold seller harmless from all liability, claims, demands, damages, and costs, and shall repair all damages arising from the inspections. Buyer shall provide seller and broker, upon receipt, at no cost, copies of all inspection reports concerning the premises obtained by buyer. Buyer is advised to consult the Arizona Department of Real Estate Buyer Advisory provided by the AAR to assist in buyer's due diligence, inspections, and investigations. Square footage. Buyer is aware that any reference to the square footage of the premises, both the real property, land, and improvements thereon, is approximate. If square footage is a material matter to the buyer, it must be investigated during the inspection period. Wood destroying organisms or insects inspection. If current or past wood destroying organisms or insects such as termites are a material matter to the buyer, these issues must be investigated during the inspection period. The buyer shall order and pay for all wood destroying organisms or insect inspections performed during the inspection period. If the lender requires an updated wood destroying organism or insect inspection report prior to close of escrow, it will be performed at buyer's expense. Flood hazard. Flood hazard designations or the cost of flood hazard insurance shall be determined by buyer during the inspection period. If the premises are situated in an area identified as having any special flood hazards by any governmental entity, the lender may require the purchase of flood hazard insurance. Special flood hazards may also affect the ability to encumber or improve the premises. Insurance. If homeowner's insurance is a material matter to the buyer, buyer shall apply for and obtain written confirmation of the availability and cost of homeowner's insurance for the premises from buyer's insurance company during the inspection period. Buyer understands that any homeowner's fire casualty or other insurance desired by buyer or required by lender should be in place at close of escrow. Sewer or on-site wastewater treatment system. The premises are connected to a sewer system, septic system, alternative system. Check the box that applies. If a sewer connection is a material matter to the buyer, it must be investigated during the inspection period. If the premises are served by a septic or alternative system, the AAR on-site wastewater treatment facility addendum is incorporated herein by reference. Buyer's initials required. Buyer. Swimming pool barrier regulations. During the inspection period, buyer agrees to investigate all applicable state, county, and municipal swimming pool barrier regulations and agrees to comply with and pay all costs of compliance with said regulations prior to occupying the premises unless otherwise agreed in writing. If the premises contains a swimming pool, buyer acknowledges receipt of the Arizona Department of Health Services approved private pool safety notice. Buyer's initials required. Buyer. 6H, buyer acknowledgement. Buyer recognizes, acknowledges, and agrees that brokers are not qualified nor licensed to conduct due diligence with respect to the premises or the surrounding area. Buyer is instructed to consult with qualified licensed professionals to assist in buyer's due diligence efforts, because conducting due diligence with respect to the premises and surrounding area is beyond the scope of the broker's expertise. And licensing. Buyer expressly releases and holds harmless brokers from liability for any defects or conditions that could have been discovered by inspection or investigation. Buyer's initials required. Buyer. Inspection period notice. Prior to expiration of the inspection period, buyer shall deliver to seller a signed notice of any items disapproved, AAR's buyer's inspection notice, and seller's response form is available for this purpose. Buyer shall conduct all desired inspections and investigations prior to delivering such notice to seller, and all inspection period items disapproved shall be provided in a single notice. Seller, buyer. Signatures.